Hi, folks. Welcome to Crisco's Corner. Hi, folks. Welcome back. And those of you that are new, welcome. This is from a congressional hearing from Representative Clyde, Republican of Georgia, is questioning Merrick Garland and brings up the Sixth Amendment and how, for over 2 years, the imprisoned January 6th suspects have gone without trial. Now, I do have to say, as much permanent damage as Merrick Garland is causing as the Attorney General of the United States, he would cause so much more permanent damage in the United States if he sat on the Supreme Court. So I thank God for that. So let's listen. It's interesting. It's funny how when he's confronted with his own hypocrisy, he fumbles and mumbles.
For attending. In your opening statement, you said that you work to uphold civil rights. Is the Sixth Amendment one of those in the Bill of Rights?
The Sixth Amendment is one.
It is, great.
Certainly a civil right.
And you work to uphold civil rights for all Americans, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
All right. When the Sixth Amendment of the Constitution says the accused shall enjoy the right to a speedy and public trial by an impartial jury, what kind of a time frame does a speedy trial mean?
Well, there's two different ones. So there's the Speedy Trial Act.
Now, see, he's smiling, just humorous. You're asking me legal questions, and you're not calling me on my hypocrisy. So look how jovial he is. He's just shooting the breeze.
That's correct.
I used to be able to tell you exactly how long it took, but I believe at least the first part I remember is 30 days from the complaint.
That's correct.
I think it's 120 days after that, and then there are exceptions for different motions for a speedy trial.
Okay, I believe it says 70 days from the filing of charges of the defendant's appearance
It's been a
before the
long time
judicial
since
officer.
I actually appeared in magistrate's court to make that argument.
Okay.
Yeah, look at a big smile. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've been in magistrate court, and how many people did I screw over as a judge? But, yep, oh, the good old days, right, Merritt?
Great. I'm glad you are well aware of that. Mark Houck was arrested September 23rd, 2022, and found not guilty on January 30th, 2023. The jury deliberated about an hour. DOJ accused Houck of twice assaulting the volunteer in front of a Planned Parenthood clinic and charged him with 2 counts of violating the FACE Act.
The FACE Act is you can't interfere with someone going to an abortion clinic. Now, the thing of it was, the state refused to prosecute because there was no case. The local district attorney refused to prosecute because there was no case. And this is in Philadelphia, which is not exactly what I would call a red area. Everybody but the federal government decided not to prosecute. And then they raided his house. I think he has 7 children and his wife. Terrified the crap out of all of them. Some of the kids thought they were going to die when he had volunteered prior to that to turn himself in. Give you a little context.
Freedom of access to clinic entrances. The arrest to the trial took just over 4 months. Would you consider that a speedy trial?
Yes.
All right. So would I.
See, they both agree. 4 months is a speedy trial. I don't think it is, but maybe the lawyers know better. But there you have it. We both agree it's a speedy trial. But look how the road diverges here.
Last week, I visited the D.C. Department of Corrections and met with some of the 20 prisoners who were arrested in connection to the events at the Capitol on January the 6th. According to a Just Security article that came out on March the 20th, 11 of the 20 have not accepted a plea deal, nor have they even been brought to trial. Today is March the 29th, 2023. Attorney General Garland, is it correct that since their arrest, some of these individuals have been waiting approximately 2 years for their trial?
Now, let's put a little interesting little concept here. We'll see these are BLM rioters and Antifa rioters that caused way more damage in the billions of dollars. And I believe 25 people died during the so-called Summer of Love in 2020. Now, very few of them were arrested. And most of them that were arrested had no bail, so they just released them. I don't have the stats where they showed up in court for their court case, but most of them were dropped down to basically misdemeanors, time served, and a fine. Now here we have the J6 defendants. It's really, really interesting, the 2-tier justice system in action. And here's the funny part. The so-called progressive Democrats were the ones that fought against this kind of thing. They said that people of color were being targeted by the judicial system. And some have sat for years waiting for trial and unlawfully charged and blah, 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 blah. And the prosecutors held back information that would help the defense of their client. The reason why he didn't get a fair shake is because he was non-white. Well, hypocrisy is at rule here. How much evidence was withheld from video that we know about now? Thousands of hours. How much other evidence was held from the defense attorney? Who's to say?
Look, I don't know the specifics of individual cases. The beauty of the Sixth Amendment is that each of those people is entitled to a lawyer, has a lawyer who can make a speedy trial argument in the court. Oftentimes, lawyers ask for more time. Oftentimes, they ask for exceptions for discovery.
Yeah, that's all true. That's all true. Exceptions for discovery. But when you don't show them the evidence you have, or evidence that might be relevant to the case, nothing happens. All those people should be dismissed. Not because they're innocent, it's because they didn't get a speedy trial, period. It's interesting how he's going to blame the lawyers. Well, the prosecutor set a court date. He didn't say lawyers said, no, we can't do it by that date, did he? It's interesting how lie of omission.
There was an enormous amount of discovery in those cases.
No, there wasn't. There was an enormous amount of discovery you didn't disclose.
But I don't know anything about particular cases.
Does waiting 2 years for a trial meet the speedy trial clause of the Sixth Amendment?
It can if the exceptions to the Speedy Trial Act are met.
It can when the Biden administration, the progressive Democrats that are running the party that you belong to, and the administration who hired you and appointed you, it can if they say that's what they want. This isn't about justice. This is about scaring the crap out of people so nobody ever does this again. What is a really dumb thing to do? Yeah. But if you're just wandering around the Capitol, most of them are like sightseers for Pete's sake. And their lives are all ruined, financially, emotionally. It's amazing. It can meet the standard of a speedy trial if I say it does.
Those are the responsibility of the lawyers for those defendants to bring to
Well, I would like you to look into that, because to me, I don't think waiting 2 years for your trial complies with the Sixth Amendment of the Constitution.
Imagine that. He's blaming the lawyers of the defendants, but not his own lawyers, for dragging their feet. They should have set up a trial date long before. See, the thing of it is, though, they don't want trial after trial after trial after trial, because as the vast majority are found not guilty, it's going to make them look really bad. So the longer they hold them, the longer they can scare millions of people from exercising their constitutional right to protest, and just scare the hell out of them in general. It's authoritarian. And they get their pound of flesh from that. They do not want speedy trials. These trials are open to the public, and the press might find out what really happened. Wouldn't that be interesting? Until the next time, goodbye and good luck.